Hello, everyone. I know it's late. You guys, I have a bit of insomnia. I get insomnia a lot. Um, and um, I've been really busy. And so today, I'm so behind in my work. I thought I would. I have ADHD. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I have ADHD. And I don't like to take medicine. I really don't. But since COVID, I've had more of a problem managing. So I took one of my ADHD pills and I get a lot done, but then I can't sleep and I don't like to be medicated when I'm trying to sleep. So I've had insomnia. Let's talk about this because, I'm really like, I'm up right now. And so let's talk about this. I've had insomnia since I was a child, and I had managed it. I think I was really managing it very well for years. And then COVID hit, and all of a sudden I got insomnia again. And so I'm up. And so I thought I would chat. It's been a while since I've been on. I and I'm not going to apologize for not being on because I do this every time I come on because there are spaces of time that I don't come on. And I'm just letting y'all know I have like a extremely busy schedule. I have an online business. I do services for clients. I have orders that I have to fulfill. Um, what else? What else? I do services. I coach. Like, I am like extremely busy, so when I can't, it's really hard. And sometimes I just can't. I can't. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. I like really, I am trying my best. But you know, but I do have some good things to talk about, you guys. The most interesting thing that I want to like really start on is that um not only am I working behind a chair doing hair, but I've been coaching a lot. I've been coaching a lot of clients and a lot of masculine energy. A lot of masculine energy. And it's kind of interesting because I was not expecting this to happen. Normally, I have more females that are more open to coaching, but here lately, it's so weird how it happens because I get a call last week and it was a gentleman and he goes, Sarah, how do I get in my heart? How do I get into my heart to be able to be relatable to this generation these days of the feminine energy, like females, like you got to have more than just finances. You got to have more than just I mean women are looking for so much more that has nothing to do with what you can give her because she can do that for herself. Like women don't need a man to buy her car. Men don't like a lot of women buy their own houses. They don't really need a man for that kind of stuff. A woman is desiring like a really true connection, a really true connection that is that has integrity. Like she doesn't care really what you make. Like That doesn't tell us the man you are. What tell us about the man you are? It's very simplistic. It's how you connect and how you speak to her. And it's so funny because I think the hardest thing about coaching men is they're stuck in this boring platform. They can't seem to move out of this by wherefore it keeps them out of their heart. And they're trying to woo her by their intellect. You can't woo a woman, you can't do anything for her by your intellect. And so I had a client the other day, very successful, finance, you know, handsome, not bad looking at all. And he goes, Sarah, why can't I get a second date? He can get a first date because he's really attractive. Of course he can get a first date because he's very attractive. But why can't he get that second date? So I asked him, I go like, why can't you get a second date? He goes, well, I think, you know, I really don't know, Sarah. That's why I came to you. So I go, what are you looking for in a woman? Tell me, what are you looking for in a woman? Well, I'm a fit man, so I want my woman to be fit. Um, I have my type, but he could not even articulate the type that he had or that he wanted. He couldn't even articulate. All he could say is that he wanted someone fit. And so I kind of tried to dig a little deeper. So what fit do you mean? Well, I go to the gym every day and I want her to go to the gym. I go, that's reasonable. You want somebody that's like you, that wants to work out, that's healthy. That's reasonable. So why are we single? Well, I don't know. I just think, I don't know. And I remember just telling him all this head energy is why you're single. Your head energy is the great deceptor. Your head energy is deceiving you from your divine purpose, from your divine attraction. Women are not attracted to you. Here's what, like, why are women not attracted to me? And he is good looking. I'm not saying he's not bad. He's not bad looking at all. Let me move my chairs up. I gotta move. I gotta get comfortable. Because, put my pillow over. Okay. Is this better? I think this is better. So, so with all that said, he is up here telling me why, I'm thinking like, and let me tell you guys, guys, girls, women are not like men. they don't they don't see a man walk into the room and start sizing him up and seeing what what exactly, like, let me see, is if what he is, or what he's supposed to be, or women don't do that, because women come from the heart. They can't help it. They were, it's by design that they're nurturers. It's by design that they see past the physical. And I'm not saying that they don't have to have an attraction. Yes, they do have to have an attraction. But I think their their attraction to a man is very different than men in their attractions toward women. And so, as he's telling me his situational and trying to figure out why because he's like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's like 53. I think he's 53, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look on my schedule, but I think he's 53. And he wants a woman around 40, a woman around 40, 45. And as I was listening to him talk, I could literally see why women were not attracted to him, because his archetype for a female had nothing to do with the heart, had nothing to do with desire, had nothing to do with her. It was this mental portrayal, a portrait of how he saw a woman. And literally, women will feel that a mile away and see you as undateable because you never gave her a chance to even show herself to you. And the reason she's not able to show herself to you, because you can't see, because I did tell him, I said, like, well, can you come from the heart? Can you see from the heart? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for commenting. I'm trying to stay on point, but I'm acknowledging you. I see you. It's just I'm trying to keep on point, because sometimes when I see you guys, I forget what I'm saying. But anywho, it was like, what's just sad about it? He's never been married. He's never had children. He's never had all this, because in his mind, he has this paper doll um, reality for the woman he sees himself with, which he said something to me. He goes, I get this, he's dating a girl, and he goes, I really like her. She's really pretty, but then she's crazy. I'm like, okay, she's crazy. Now, you guys, when someone is talking to you in this manner, and he's continually on with his archetype, he probably has it in his bathroom on the mirror, like how he wants her to look, not even taking into consideration that, are you that man that deserved that kind of woman, right? Because there's more to her than her personal look. And so as I'm having this conversation, and this is what I say, like when I'm doing therapy with men, and I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna be straight up. When I'm doing therapy with men, by the time I finish with their session, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. When I do therapy with women, I feel like I've gotten somewhere. But when I'm dealing with, oh my God, and if I think of it and I put it on the graph, like women that I coach them for a shorter period of time than when I coach men. Do you know I have a client. I've been coaching him for 7 years. 7 freaking years. You're always the third. Right? So, like since you understand, since you always doing therapy, what is going on with the dude? What's going on? Because I have a client that I have been coaching for 7 years. And to be honest with you, I just had a conversation with him a couple of weeks ago, and he literally went to where did he go? He went to Costa Rica, and he went in the middle of the rainforest to find himself. And I'm gonna tell you, he got a little bit close, but not much, not much at all. And I said, like, now this going out in the middle of nowhere, getting in touch with yourself. The first thing the shaman asked him, what do you want to get out of this? And I remember asking him, he told me that a part of this ceremony that they did, they had to build like a sweat lodge, and they went into the sweat lodge and they did all this stuff, right? And then they had to go into the wilderness for 3 days, and they didn't have any water. They just had electrolytes. I think they just had water, but they had no food. And it was to open up their soul. It was to open up their mind. It was to open them up so they could like literally be true to themselves, right? So I'm asking my client, I'm like, what did you get out of it? Like, and so at the end of being out in the middle of nowhere by themselves, okay, they were to come back, and everyone, part of this mantra and part of this thing that they had to do, they had to give a gift that was really dear to themselves. So they had to give that gift to the people that, like, because what they did is they grouped them in twos, right? So you had to give a gift to your partner as you're going through this mantra, as you're going through this ceremony. And so he had been looking at this one gift in the gift shop that he was going to buy, but he didn't buy, but he really wanted one. And he's always wanted one, but he decided he didn't buy it. He said, I'll buy it later. So doing his mantra, he gets this very gift. And I said, well, how did it make you feel? And he said, it blew me away. It changed my life. It was the most pivotal part of this retreat that I took. And I asked him with the calmest voice, I said, did it move you so much that you cried? He goes, it moved me, but I didn't cry. And let me tell you, the moment a man learns that, and I told him this, and this is not the client that I talked to 2 days ago. This is the client I talked to 2 weeks ago that I've been coaching for 7 years. I basically told him, I said, hey, why couldn't you be authentic to yourself? This is not about bros seeing you cry. This is not about seeing masses of people. seeing you cry. This is about you being authentic to yourself. Why did you have a hard time being authentic to yourself? And I go, the most powerful thing that a man can do, the most powerful thing that a man can do, the most manly thing that a man can do is not how he throws a hammer into a nail into the wall. The most powerful thing that a man can do is be true to his authentic feelings. And when a man is not true to his authentic feelings, he's not being true to himself. And so I don't know. Guys, when I started this channel like right during COVID because I was coaching men and I was coming to like a complete stop. I didn't I want to help you guys understand the feminine energy because what she wants from you is so simple. But you guys complicate it. You put it in boxes. You put it in what you think she wants. And most times we're so very wrong. We're so very wrong on that. And so when I asked him after you did that mantra and you felt this warm, generous giving, why did you stop yourself from the whole experience? And he's another one. Like, I've been coaching him for 7 years. 7? Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7 years. 7 years I've been coaching him. And I kid you not. When you look at him on paper, he's everything a woman wants. When you look at him in real life, he's nothing a woman wants. This is the for real, for real. Are you the man that on paper you're everything a woman wants, but when she meets you, you're nothing that she wants? And you guys, the reason I'm gonna let you know, and this is very sacred. Y'all came in this, because I got insomnia right now, so I can't sleep. So I can't sleep, and I took that stinking. I had to take an Adderall just so I can get my shit done today. And whenever I do that, I don't care if I take it at 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning. I can't sleep at night. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm telling y'all some gems tonight. I have this one client, right? And how old is he? He's 55, getting ready to turn 56. This man was a virgin until he was 38 years old. He never had um, intimacy with a female until he was 38 years old. And the one thing that I did notice about him, that everything that came out of his mouth, he was a man Debbie Downer, right? He was a man, he wore man's clothing, Debbie Downer. And so, a lot of times when I'm coaching, I want to hear the story because it kind of gives me an idea where the trauma has begun. And so he kind of told me that the reason he was a virgin until he was like 38 years old was um right when he's, like, and I don't, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, he didn't really get clear why it took him so long to have an intimate relationship before the age of 38. But he did share why he was single after 38. And as he was sharing me, he had, and it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing because his mother got sick and he had to take care of his mother, and she was like really sick and unprepared to be sick because she didn't take care of her finances. So then he had to get her in order, take care of that, and the next thing he knows, he's 50 years old. Now, the reason I speak how I speak on my channel about men is because I coach men from all walks of life. And you're right, he has a lot of trauma. And I need to, our sessions are only like an hour. And so I didn't even get to go into the beginning stages of that trauma. And even when I was conversating with him, he was literally like socially awkward, if you get what I'm saying. Socially awkward. And so the reason, like when I'm on this channel, I am not just speaking out of the side of my mouth. I'm telling you real experiences. Here's this man in his 50s, probably had a couple of relationships. He is like socially not connected. And oh my God, he is so far from his heart because he's in denial. This one is in denial that there's some social issues with this situational. You get what I'm saying? And so what I would really love to see is like I'm not, I think sometimes some people think on my channel that I'm against men. No, I'm not against men. I want men to wake up. And men don't wake up with a whisper. They don't wake up. You can't tap them on the shoulder and say wake up. They literally sometimes need a like Muhammad Ali sock in the face. I'm just saying. A Muhammad Ali rope a dope. They need the rope a dope to come to consciousness to know that they're failing themselves. Because this is really, and this is one thing that I have I have gathered from coaching my masculine energy. They're not failing women. They're failing themselves, which keep them away from women. And what happens is that if that man doesn't find connection, guess what happens as he ages? He begins to be angry and bitter against women because he feels rejected by women. You get what I'm saying? And women are not rejecting him because he's a man. They're rejecting him because he's not in his heart. They're rejecting him because he can't relate to them on an emotional level. Women need to be related to on an emotional level. You cannot woo a woman with that brain mess. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It doesn't matter how articulate you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter until you learn your heart. You will always fail yourself thinking that women are failing you. And women are not failing you. It is unfair to her to even give you a table to sit in her presence if you're unhealed. Because if you can't live in your heart, it's a telltale sign you're unhealed. And you're using your masculine energy exactly. Total out of frequency. Thank you. Thank you. I wish I had a bell. I would get, like, you know what? Thank you. Total out of frequency. And when you're not in the right frequency, guess what happens when you're, and I don't know, this is a good illustration. Have you ever, okay, just thinking when um it's like when you're outside and you hear a fire truck, and you know how that hurts your ears, you know how that makes you uncomfortable. No, I am a November Scorpio. I am a November Scorpio. And I have three placements. I'm a double Scorpio. I have three placements in Scorpio. Well, three or four, maybe four. Yeah, three or four placements in Scorpio. My second house is Leo. My third house is Virgo. So yeah, so I can be, yeah, I'm a mess. but but you see, just like you were talking about frequency, like think about it. When you hear sirens, and you know when you're in a workplace and they have to do their siren check, you know how much that hurts. But okay, so think about this. When a man or a woman is out of sync in their frequency, they're going to be chasing their own mind, trying to figure out why. And you know, the ones I worry about the most is the ones that got, it's funny, they got wealth, they got looks, they got the house, they got the car, they got everything, but they have no woman. And the reason they have no woman, just like you said, their frequency is off. I'm so glad you said that, because that is when a man, oh my gosh, thank you. I wish I had something. I wish I had a bell that could chime, because I just got an aha moment. Um, that was such good intel, good intel. And you're right, it is a red flag. It's definitely a red flag, because when that person's frequency is off, they cannot match your frequency, because you're living in your heart. And you know, I don't know when it got all mixed up, because if you really look at it, science will tell you the heart is the biggest brain that you have. And so the heart is almost like, I call it like an octopus. The heart is the heart of the the beast, right? And so if think about how disjointed you are when you're not living in the heart, because you're depending on your brain to convey your emotions, and to convey your emotions like that, exactly, to convey your emotions like that, you never get an accurate reading. The only way you're going to get an accurate reading is that if you go into your heart and follow through with your intellect. But y'all are using, men are using their intellect to try to figure out the heart. The brain doesn't have that kind of power. Have you ever thought about that? The brain don't have that power. The heart drives the emotion. The heart drives passion. The heart drives the chakra. The heart is the brain. Because you know, when your heart starts beating, when your heart stops beating, guess what? Your brain is useless. I'm just saying, the brain is useless. So I guess the best way to say it, reason, you know what? I am so glad that you told me that, because frequency is the key. And what's happening with the feminine energy arising and owning their stuff and learning more about themselves and saying, hey, this is this is where I'm at. I'm going to lay this on the ground. I'm going to, because I'm telling you, like my clients that are females, like I had a session today that was just so incredible. And she's been with me for about 2 years. And this session was so incredible. By like literally there was a point in time in the session that we both were crying, because she has made leaps and bounds, and this girl, an executive, right? But her trauma is so deep. And to see human beings owning who they are and making a conscious decision that I'm going to love myself. I'm going to truly love myself. This is not about my husband, my significant other, my children, my friends. This is about me. It's about how I want to show up in the world. And I don't want to show up in the world disjointed. I don't want to show up in the world confused. I don't want to show up in this mess, a hot mess, because you know our world is a hot mess. Do you want to be on the same level of what's going on in our society? That's what is interesting, because when you start living on a higher frequency, you're not going to be attracted to people that are on a low frequency. And I think that's, I'm gonna say this is not every man, but a lot of men got blue balls. The reason they got blue balls and they because they can't connect. They don't even know. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this with all love. If you're a man and you know when you're in your alone space, are you truly in your heart? If you're not truly in heart, I would suggest you find a therapist to guide you into your heart, because this here is going to trick you. It's going to trick you. It is a perception of a reality that is not real when it comes to feminine energy. You are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. You are so wrong. Because women are just, they have been forced because of the not taking responsibility, not owning your body. And what I mean by owning your body is understanding where your heart stands, understanding how are you moving through the world. Are you full of just lust? Now that I'm thinking about it, my client, that he lusts after a woman before he even gets to know her. And then he wondering why he's failing in all subjects, because he's seeing her on a physical level and he's trying to talk with her through his penis. And until he goes into the heart, he will never touch her soul and he will never win her. And when you learn to go into your heart, you will win the woman that you desire. The woman sees you coming a mile away when you're full of doggone misogyny. Misogyny is not attractive. But you know what is attractive? Is what a woman sees your heart and she sees the expression of your frequency. You want to activate a woman's sensuality? Learn to live in your heart. That woman's sensuality will be on fire. You will not have to bribe her. You will not have to take her to dinner. You will not have to do all that hoopla to try to manipulate her into an emotion with you. It will not, I'm telling you, it's so simple. It's so simple. It is the most simplest thing that you could ever do. But because, you know, you want to live in your headspace and do all this trickery that is really unnecessary and is very exhausting. It's very exhausting. The stuff that my clients be telling me, like it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I don't really get it. I don't really get it. So, one thing that I can say to you men is really do a vibration evaluation, do a frequency. I love that. The frequency evaluation. Um, be ever present when you're around a feminine energy and test your own constitution when you're around a woman. And don't go into your ego because how she reacts to you will be telltale signs of where your frequency is. That's a fact, Jack. We'll definitely know where your frequency is. Because you know what? Women are not, they used to be easy, they used to be needy. I would say that. I would say that. And I'm telling you, there's still a few out there. There's still a few out there. But I don't think guys like needy women. They don't want no needy woman. And then the woman you want, if she's evolved, if she's awakened, if she's on a higher frequency, she's gonna call you on your stuff. She gonna see you a mile away. So if you're not authentic to yourself, why would she be authentic to you? And guys, that if you've been having a hard time with women, check yourself. Check and see, are you being authentic to yourself? Don't blame her. Take responsibility and see if you're authentic to yourself. Because if you're not good to yourself, she's not going to even see you. It don't matter how much money you have. It don't matter what you have. It don't matter. And actually, she will see all your flaws. That, literally, she will see all your flaws if you're not on a good frequency. Now, if you're on a good frequency, she'll see your flaws and love you. Right? She'll see all your flaws and she will love you. But if you ain't on a good frequency, she gonna see your flaws and she gonna turn around and head left and leave, gone. So, but I do have good news. A lot of men are leveling up. They're raising their frequency. I have a lot of divine masculines in my chair. I absolutely love it. It's been beautiful how they've been like literally expressing their truth to me, actually giving me a lot of insight. And so I just thought I would come by and say hey and thank you for giving me a shout out. Thank you for being involved. I do appreciate it. I know it's kind of late, but um, man, I do appreciate your comments because that really, you really helped me with that frequency. I need to write that down. Make sure I write that down before I go to bed because I need to tell. I have a session with that guy next week. And I really would love to help him. But all I can say tonight is have a good night. Love and light. Thank you so much for your advice. You are amazing. And let me see. What'd you say? You know what? Okay, let me explain. I am an intuitive, but I don't read like that. It's the weirdest thing. I don't read like that. I see a aura, and when I see a aura, then I do readings. That's how it works with me. Um, but uh, email me. Go into my email, and if I talk with you, I can probably read something from you. You understand what I mean? Yeah. And it's so weird because it's so random. It's so random. It's so random. And I think, because like I've had a lot of people see me read other people and they go, "Could you give me a reading?" I go, "I wish my gift was like that." My gift is I sense a person's aura and their auric field. And when I feel the auric field, a lot of times I can see what's going on there. But yeah, just email me. I normally give me a couple of days. I'll normally message you back. It's been really busy. My I have an online business and it's been like out of control. I need to hire somebody, but I can't afford it yet. I need help, but I haven't been able to afford it yet. It's too massive. I can't afford employees yet, but oh my gosh, it's insane. It's insane. But thank you guys for showing up, showing out. I look forward to talking to you soon. I wish I could tell you when I'm gonna come on. My schedule has been like insane. And find me on TikTok. My TikTok channel is Hey Gorgeous You, and my IG is Gorgeous Yes. So look me up. Come check me out on all my forums. And thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Have a good night. And thank you for the advice. Mwah.